Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Reaction Time with Dave. I'm glad to see you back. If it's your first time here, thanks for dropping by. We got a great show for you today. Now, we got Elon over here telling me to smoke already. So that's what I'm going to accomplish for you guys. I'm going to light one up right now and I'm going to get started on today's topic. Oh, yeah. So today we're talking about something called GYMKHANA. GYMKHANA. You might not know what that is. I don't expect you to. So we're gonna break it down and go over what everything GYMKHANA is, what GYMKHANA could be, how you do it, how you see it, how you smell it. Just kidding. So we'll get started for you. We're talking about GYMKHANA. Ooh, that strawberry got me right now, yo. That strawberry got me right now, yo. No, it says GYMKHANA. Any of various meets at which contests are held to test the skill of the competitors as in equestrianship, gymnastics, or sports car racing. Two, the place where such an event is held. And three, a competition where riders and horses display a range of skills and aptitudes. So, Gymkhana we're going from the old equestrian to all the way through cars. An event is what they're trying to say. And how we say this word is Gymkhana. It also says Gymkhana is a British Raj term which originally referred to a place of assembly, the meaning then altered to denote a place where skill-based contests were held. Quote unquote, Gymkhana is an Anglo-Indian expression which is derived from the Persian word Jamat Khana. So we can look at that. So and then we go a little bit more. What is Gymkhana? Let's go disambiguation. Gymkhana are social and sporting clubs in India and Asia or other countries. It can refer to equestrian competition, a motor sport known as car rodeo, and a motorcycle time trial round contest. So we'd be looking at, anything of a range of sports. Then we got Gymkhana Motorsport. Gymkhana is a type of motorsport known as Motorkhana in Australia and in New Zealand, and as auto testing in the United Kingdom and Ireland. Similar to autocross, the goal of Gymkhana is to achieve the fastest time possible. Memorizing the course is a significant part of achieving a fast time. The name is loaned from the equestrian discipline of Gymkhana. Gymkhana events are time and or speed events in an automobile. These can feature obstacles such as cones, tires, and barrels. The driver must maneuver through a predetermined track, performing many different driving techniques. What separates Gymkhana from traditional autocross events is that Gymkhana requires drivers to perform reversals, 180-degree spins, 360-degree spins, parking boxes, figure eights, and other advanced skills. Drifting is also encouraged where helpful or necessary essentially. A Gymkhana event is featuring a starting point, a finish line, some sort of obstacle to get through, around, or by, all within a certain time limit. So we're looking at Gymkhana right there. Gymkhana. Now, we're talking about Gymkhana motorsports. What does that look like? They say it's a type of motorsport similar to autocross. The goal of Gymkhana is to achieve the fastest time possible. You know what I'm saying? Comes loaned from equestrian discipline of Gymkhana. And then we're talking about automobiles and speeds. And so then we're talking about Gymkhana. We're talking about how it works. And then we're going to get to this thing where I'm showing you right here called Gymkhana Grid. You're not ready for it, but we'll get there. We're going to start with how Gymkhana works. You know what I'm saying? So race drivers typically think in terms of direction and speed. Going fast in one direction is the essence of the race. But a new version of an old sport called Gymkhana is making a comeback and appealing to a new generation of drivers looking to combine speed with driving skill. The term Gymkhana is an umbrella term for a timed event on a small course. Now let's go to where this all started. There's a guy, you don't know his name yet, but they call him Ken Block. So let's see what Ken has for us. This is where Gymkhana to where it is today kind of got started again. So we're over here on Hoonigan's website. We're looking up Ken Block. We're doing Ken Block Does Gymkhana Practice. And let's see what Ken has for us. All right, Ken, show him something. All right, Ken. This is Ken Block, if you didn't know. Well, I'll explain to you who he is. There's a 2006 Subaru WRX Impreza STI. Well, Impreza WR. 530 wheel horsepower. That's what my Subaru looks like. Hey, G-Force tires. Now, this is a little taste of what Gymkhana is. Gymkhana testing and practice in 2008, people. Before Gymkhana was really, really big in America again. An automotive sport that takes place in an open field or parking lot requires a driver to skillfully maneuver their cars. But we went over Gymkhana. Now let's see what Ken's got. Up, Elon saying smoke. We in there, Elon. All right, watching Ken Block. Let's go, people. Ooh, you hear that? Ooh, nasty. Whoa. Whoa. Come on, Ken. Ooh. Ooh. Look at this. Beautiful. Ken Block is goated. Okay, obstacles, you see that? Ooh, beautiful. You see this? Go ahead, kid. Beautiful. Come on. Ugh. Okay. Just the sheer driving skill that this takes is amazing. I can drive, but Ken Block is the evolution of me driving. If that makes any sense. I can drive like that, but not as perfect. I don't get to practice as much as he does. And my Subi ain't doing that. Not yet, anyway. That dude's on a Segway. Smoked it up and left. Beautiful. I love that. Slid in there. That's what I'm talking about. Look at this. That's literally how it looks like in the car. Y'all think it's a joke. If you know about vibration, when you hit those turns, some of that stuff, your car slides sideways, it really does look like that. You really are vibrating that hard. I'm talking about vibrating so hard, like the steering wheel shaking out of your hand as you turn it back. Some of you guys know what I mean. Woo! You see that? That's Gymkhana 1. That is where the story we're about to get on started. Special thanks. There's the stuntman. Everybody's there. We're talking about Gymkhana 1 here. They're talking about Gymkhana 1. Now, who is Ken Block? The guy you just watched driving is Ken Block. Kenneth Paul Block is a professional rally driver with the Hoonigan Racing Division, formerly known as the Monster World Rally Team. Block is one of the co-founders of, DC Shoes, Rob Dyrdek, Ridiculousness. Over the years, he has competed in many action sporting events, including snowboarding, skateboarding, motocross, and, rally car driving, as you know. Says Kenneth Paul Block, born November 21st, 1967, is a professional rally driver with the Hoonigan Racing Division. Over the years, he's competed in so many things. This is what we know about Ken Block. He is goated. Goated. Now, when we're mentioning Ken Block, you can't forget the names of other Nitro Circus star Travis Pastrana. Also, I grew up following Travis Pastrana's career. So, you know what I mean? Travis Pastrana, goated. And then there's another guy, a big name you got to talk about when it comes to GYMKHANA, especially GYMKHANA Grid, Tanner Faust. These guys, Tanner Faust, Travis Pastrana, and Ken Block. Remember those three names. You can get to all this stuff just by looking up those three guys. Just by looking up those three guys. So we're talking about GYMKHANA, and then we're going to get to this thing called GYMKHANA Grid. So we know GYMKHANA's the event where they're go through obstacles. So let's look at when GYMKHANA became GYMKHANA again, if that makes any sense. We'll take you back, and we'll have Ken Block himself explain it for you. So we're going Ken Block's X Games throwback, and this guy is going to give you a rundown of what GYMKHANA is, and then break it into GYMKHANA Grid, and then I'll go what GYMKHANA Grid is for you guys. All right, Ken, tell us something. X Games throwback, baby. I love it. I love it. I love it. As you can see, the shirt, GYMKHANA Grid, made by the WEEDGANG itself, GYMKHANA Grid, We repping today. GYMKHANA Grid, baby. We repping. Let's go.
Ken Block is here in the house at Irwindale Event Center. He's been out there testing. He's trying to keep
There's the man himself, Ken.
He gets out of that Ford Fiesta, but Tanner Faust has got his eyes on a gold medal. He hasn't.
There's Tanner.
2010. So there's going to be some competition. We're going to have 8 cars battling for the gold around this course.
It's a pair of mirrored courses. It's best to have 3 rounds, and the guys will see both. That's a long sweep.
Hairpin.
Hairpin turn.
The king.
This little kink here and into the
figure eights.
They hit anything on the course.
We remember we went over how they said skills. 540 at the shipping container.
The great box, very tight.
Sweeper.
And another sweeper into
And then 180 box.
And twice around this.
Slice around the barrel to finish her off.
This is a
yeah.
So we're watching to see who comes across the finish line first.
GYMKHANA Grid. Now you're starting to see these words, GYMKHANA Grid. We'll go into what that is shortly. Tanner.
Who are out there practicing, and in fact it was Tanner Faust who qualified first. He had the best time once around the red course, once around the white course. He seems to have got his eye in absolutely spot on with his Ford Fiesta.
Look at
but
kid.
GYMKHANA isn't a word you hear very often, but there are 250 million people out there who know exactly what it means and love what it represents. Here to enlighten the rest of us is the driver who helped bring GYMKHANA here to X Games.
Hi, this is Ken Block. I'm here to tell you the backstory about GYMKHANA and GYMKHANA Grid. The word GYMKHANA actually comes from some sort of horse competition. And someone years ago took it to mean a style of grassroots motorsport. GYMKHANA is a timed precision motorsport where the drivers race through a specifically designed course, all while demonstrating car control, speed, and course memorization. GYMKHANA course maneuvers may include the handbrake turn, 180s, 360-degree donuts, long drifts, and other advanced driving techniques. In 2007, I went and did my first GYMKHANA event, and I enjoyed it so much, actually, that I started to build a very specific race car to go out and do more. So I basically took that car and we filmed 2 days of testing and practicing and just having fun with it. Thus, the actual video series was born. I just had no idea that it would get something like 10 million views in the first couple months. So I really love the video aspect of GYMKHANA. It's really like
Video
GYMKHANA on
aspect. We'll go
steroids.
into that
But
too.
at the end of the day, I always loved the competition side of it and wanted to work to bring that back. And in 2010, we had the opportunity to do that with some business friends of mine to do an event called GYMKHANA Grid. The idea of doing GYMKHANA Grid was to take GYMKHANA from more of a grassroots motorsport and really elevate it to something that could be in, you know, a small stadium with 2 head-to-head courses with top-level drivers. The event
Tanner
actually
Faust
went off exceptionally well. I really enjoyed it, and that also sparked being able to do more events in Europe with Monster, and to have it in the X Games is actually incredibly amazing. Grid at X Games will be the best GYMKHANA event ever produced.
Okay.
And we are looking forward to the best ever GYMKHANA Grid here at Irwindale this evening. Ken Block,
So GYMKHANA Grid.
quarterfinal, but look.
That is what we're looking at. We get a taste of it. Get a look. See here. That we're talking about GYMKHANA Grid. You know what I'm saying? GYMKHANA Grid. GYMKHANA Grid. That's what we're talking about. GYMKHANA Grid. But we got to take a look at part of the series that really brought Ken Block to life. You saw GYMKHANA 1. So we're going to jump to 7, and then I'm going to show you GYMKHANA Grid. We're going to go GYMKHANA 7. It's Ken Block, baby. You know, way evolved from GYMKHANA 1. And then I'll show you Grid. In a custom-built Ford Mustang all-wheel drive. 65, baby. We're about to let this engine roar. I'm gonna have to turn this down over here. I might get a little loud, if you know what I mean. You hear that? Let's go. Let's go, Ken. Come on, baby. All 4 wheels. Bahunic. The only all-wheel drive performance Mustang ever built. Come on. Let's go. He's even got an RC car now of this exact car. The unicorn. Wow. He's doing LA, baby. It's 7. Wild in the streets of LA. You see that? Sheer power. Now, I ain't gonna say I like Ford, but I like that car. I wouldn't mind building me one of those. Hey man, where my hot dogs? Figure 8s. Need my condiments, man. Okay. Look at this. Watch this. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Wow. Wow. Look at the precision in that drift. It's a 180 drift, actually. Just in Forza, I practice doing this right here. It's all the time. You're making a right to go left. You know what I'm saying? And then at the LA Riv, go ahead, Ken. I feel like you're obligated if you're in LA to get down here just to go a video, something. Like if you're there, you're obligated to go down here because it's like, it just looks, as every movie, it's just beautiful. Go ahead, watch this. Come on, Ken. Whoo, baby. Cool runnings. Look at that. Tell me you don't think that's beautiful. He's a man of many mysteries. And this ain't one. Just kidding. We know what he doing on this. Beautiful. Watch it. This is a movie. This makes me want to make one of these. Oh man, and I have a drone too. I probably could pull this off. Not my Subi. After I force induct it, maybe. All four. Yeah, I can. Yeah, my Subi could do it. My Subaru can do it. I'm gonna waste so much gas that day. Oh, there goes $300. Hey, I want a donut, Randy. Ain't no more free, Randy. Slides straight off. Just the way it comes off the curb, so smooth. Well, that statue was raw. I feel like the video game, like when I'm in a simulator, it feels like you're in like a street drift simulator, like being in this first person. That sounds like, you know how man, that machine is so precision. You're not just doing what he's doing in any random car. I don't care what you think, you're not doing this in a random car. He doesn't have just a random car. That transmission in that car is Dizzo. You can see it. Yep, I wanted to see that. That's beautiful. Just a slide past. Ooh. Come on now. Oh my gosh. And the cop car starts moving. He's showing off now. The white Bronco, they're ignorant. They're ignorant. You just seen that, right? He's ignorant for that. They're chasing a white Bronco. They're ignorant for that. Where is he going? Oh. Oh my gosh. Ken Block, stop it. Stop it, Ken. Stop it. Wow. Wow. I love Ken Block. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Let us say. He can't even see anything at that point. Like, he literally can't even see. You guys understand? Do you understand what just happened? That was GYMKHANA 7. That right there was GYMKHANA 7. Wow, yeah. So we're going to go talk to you about this thing called GYMKHANA Grid. GYMKHANA Grid is a GYMKHANA car race held annually in different venues around the world since 2010. It was co-founded by race car driver Ken Block, clothing brand DC Shoes, and promoter Chris Willard. However, the 2011 edition was canceled after business conflicts, and Willard left the organization. So that is GYMKHANA Grid. And GYMKHANA Grid is pretty amazing. So we're going to go. We'll give you a taste of GYMKHANA Grid right here. This one's 2019.
Speaking of full beans, we have Liam Dorn and Andreas Backerud. Is that a good segue?
100%. Liam, listen, oh, smoking style, man.
So Andreas Backerud, he's in that BMW right there. Again,
GYMKHANA Grid. This is it's just a little qualifier.
Behind the wheel of their vehicles.
Then I'll show you some finals with some precision drivers.
What I believe to be a GT86 chassis as opposed to a BRZ, and we know, yeah. So you can see the Toyota badge out front there. What's up the hood of Liam's 86?
So Liam, being a good friend of mine, was telling me yesterday, he is absolutely loving the car and loving this up. He is full send, and
This is
he's trying to get
wild.
to the top of the gearbox before flicking it in.
Right.
And the
Sounds
tracks
wild, but to
differ
be
in
honest,
GYMKHANA Grid.
He loves living life near death, so you know, it's great.
I don't know how much Andreas is going to take away from this at GYMKHANA Grid and put it down in Riga next week in World Rallycross, because that's turned into such a battle, 2 points separating 3 drivers. But I think it's also nice for them just to kind of take pressure off. There's no
Wow.
element here, and just hang it out and have loads of fun.
It's great to see Andrea. He's doing really well, to be fair. He's using the car. Well, Liam's just sending. Look.
Yeah, Liam's just holy roller right now. He is
He
just
brought
on one right
extra
now.
tires.
And Backerud as well. You can see him really running that wall. But I love the BMW. I mean, we see a lot of 86s in Formula Drift competition. I always love coming over to Europe, and they really use those BMWs quite a bit.
Yeah, they're fantastic. The chassis just produce so much grip.
Yeah.
They're phenomenal. But
Wow.
Liam,
Do you see
he's
this?
Making mincemeat of those tires.
Tires spinning. It's all. Well, that whole stadium probably smells like straight rubber.
He's got to swap over. Luke, that's an interesting point. I mean, obviously you can get it
Like literally, the whole stadium has to smell like burnt rubber. Look at this. BMW wins.
tires there for the second run.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
about how you're changing your car.
So that's what we're looking at when we're looking at GYMKHANA Grid. You know what I mean? It's one of those things like competition style. So then we're gonna go look at the 2019 European Gauntlet Finals. This will give you a little bit better taste of where it gets nitty gritty and down and dirty. Like I'm talking about, drivers are so good, it's a mistake that loses you the race. Let's see. So, in the meantime, I'll hit a dab while this is getting loaded, and I'll get you started. It interests me. GYMKHANA, like a word you've never really heard before. No, it's hard. Looks like you can't even say GYMKHANA, but you can say GYMKHANA. It's GYMKHANA. Like, say it with me, people. GYMKHANA. Oh yeah. GYMKHANA. Okay, so Monster Energy, all that. Let's go. You guys ready?
So let's have a look at our top 16 qualifiers as they came through, starting with rear-wheel drives. And this is what is cool. I mean, when I showed it to Ken yesterday, he came to Poland because
rear-wheel drive. So they have there's competitions by
so many first-time
type
competitors that have knocked out a couple of top stars.
Yeah, you see a lot of Polish flags there, but notably, Luke.
So
go through the container, a lot of the obstacles emulating that of GYMKHANA 10. Now into the grid sign, you can see the bike rack there. They're pretty nose and nose right now. You could see
yeah.
The next race is the one I was watching.
Sticking to the wrong side as we jump around, but Powell, the local fourth fastest qualifier, is slightly ahead. Just looking at the reaction times, quite nice with such good data off the grid. Crystal's actually a little bit quicker off the line, 0.7 reaction time versus 0.73, so very close ahead into final
like,
section.
look how close we're talking
nose and nose. This is
at the end of races.
This is very cool.
All right, so yeah, they're wrapping it around. Here we go. So Powell keeping it very tight. Christos opening up, so it looks like Powell, our local driver, first ever grid, throws it down. And also Christos, you can see a 1 second penalty hitting one of the objects, knocking it over.
So if you hit an object, you get a penalty.
So 138 up to 139. Pretty good neck and neck.
It's usually if you hit an obstacle, you get a 2 second penalty. This time, you got a 1. I don't know why.
Yeah, this is what is so tricky though, because we heard Tessa mentioning it earlier, especially when you get to the little dodgem section. So easy to put a wheel on that spindle, and that's gonna bring a penalty in. Really tricky. And then obviously now when they swap over, they've had a long run. Tires aren't going to be the same, so this is going to be very interesting. We are hearing some forecasts. I don't see any brollies out there, but it looks like there could be a bit of rain coming down. As we predicted,
rain
this would be an absolute nightmare. So
if it rains, that's real bad.
On cue, our director pulls us a great camera shot.
Yeah, so
hey, you ever heard oil and water don't mix?
And if you could see it there on that right side, which Christos is going to hit, you can see some kitty litter down there around that 720. We had a vehicle spread some oil down there, so absorb that, got that up. That could be another variable, but you have to run both courses, so it's not like, you get an advantage by going to the left as opposed to the right. But some rain, it's going to, dampen the spirits, but it's not going to completely ruin the action. The car's going to get a little bit looser. Also, tire attrition. You talked about the all-wheel drive vehicles. Loving it.
All right, we ready for this?
They might get a little loose, but it's also, they haven't seen a wet course.
There you go.
So that could totally change things.
I mean, that was the forecast when we arrived. There was meant to be rain earlier in the week, and it hasn't stuck dry. Getting ready to race. So let's have a look. This player's on your mind now. You've seen some drops of rain on your windscreen. You're going, oh, hang, this is going to be a little bit different to what I did 15 seconds ago before the switch around. So let's have a look at reaction time off the line now. Let's see who's the quickest there. Looks like a pretty even start. But Christos certainly arriving in the arena.
And the time starts as they cross that start line, when they leave the line, and the finish line is actually right under that near disco ball. They're neck and neck right now. Doesn't seem like the rain is causing too much of a havoc.
That's what Powell wants, though. What you got to try and do here is just keep it clean, keep it tidy, make sure you hit all the obstacles, don't get any addition.
Hey, they got to hit that little floating ball thingy. That's awesome.
It doesn't matter where you qualify. When you get into these head-to-head shootouts, make one mistake and goodbye. Grid's done for you for 2019.
Yeah, you can spin out. So again, this is our first rear-wheel drive battle. Not our first, but first as we
so
are
this
live
is
around the world.
GYMKHANA grid.
Many different ways to view it. Monster Energy GYMKHANA.
There's a lot of competition style. Now this is newer. See, they're hitting the ball with the back of the car. This is so fascinating to me. It's like, so we've seen the same track for a little while.
But now heading into this little spindle section around the grid. They go twice, and then into the real technical part of the track. 2 high-speed sections.
Amazing.
So you really do need to get your car set up for that speed transfer between the obstacles, but then make sure that you can keep it rotated and turned in nice and tight.
Nice and tight. Look at that.
I'm sure the crowd are going to be loving this to see him going through, seeing some
I mean, it's just skill, straight skill. This is advanced driving. This is like Fast and Furious driving. You know how they portray that in the movie. This is that.
Into the 720 neck and neck, but Powell again keeping it really tight. Look at that. Really good execution.
Wow, look how close they are.
And look at Christos with another penalty, had a penalty, and that could end up.
Wow.
The nail in
Crazy.
the coffin for Christos coming from Greece, but our local Polish driver in that 200
Crazy, right?
900 horsepower. Powell.
Crazy,
Let's
right?
Take a look at it. What do we got?
So that's what GYMKHANA Grid is, right? GYMKHANA Grid is exactly what you love about that style of racing. And I got a couple more things to show you. Now let's go Tanner Faust winning. Because I did say his name, so let's see. Tanner.
We've got Patrick Sandell in the white car. Tanner Faust with the black and yellow.
This is
car.
different.
Faust has made a brilliant, epic start. He takes a couple of bites at the cherry to tip it into the first corner, and I think that Sandell has managed to make up a little bit of time, but I reckon Faust leads.
Amazing. I think that was the fastest we've seen Faust go into that first corner.
Figure
they
eight.
have to keep it tidy here, though. That's really important. When the pressure's on and the clock is running, it's hard to do these elements perfectly, and a little mistake here is a big cost.
Ooh,
So
Tanner's
we're
so
gonna see Tanner be as
meticulously
precise as he
good.
can, using all of the stunt driving ability and Formula Drift ability that he's got here and shown to try and get out ahead.
Okay, well, his spotter might just be giving him a word in his ear saying you're up. You don't need to risk it too much. You don't need to lean on the
gosh.
car that much. But Sandell, I was watching
Tanner is
him
obviously in the yellow and black car, as you can tell.
But Tanner is just flying. He's a whole element ahead of Sandell on this course right now.
Tanner.
He's one whole donut around that
This is him
barrel
winning gold.
ahead of Sandell. He just has to come out of it and cross the line clean. Amazing performance from Tanner Faust.
Okay, Tanner.
Sandell
So now they
on the
switch
right-hand
sides.
side. Tanner Faust on the left-hand side. Brilliant
Faust
start
leads
this
1-0.
time again for Tanner Faust. Sandell has to win
And you
this
drive the
race
opposite course
to
so they
level
can
it
say
and have
it's
a chance
fair.
of gold.
You both drive
Another
both
great
sides,
start
you know?
by Tanner Faust. They're neck and neck, really, as they go into this element here, heading toward the figure eight. And it's just about being precise and being tidy. I think Sandell has a little bit of an edge.
Absolutely, Jen. He's got a bit more pitch on that car. He's got a lot more suspension movement. That might be working wonders for him. Sandell through the container 540.
Come on,
Who's
Tanner.
ahead? I'd say that it's Faust.
These cars are virtually identical. These guys are teammates. They run the Fiesta STs in both Rallycross and GYMKHANA Grid today. And Faust, I think, does have the edge. He's very familiar with this type of driving. And he's good at it.
As he goes through the 180 box into the final 720 barrel, it is for Tanner Faust. He starts his second revolution.
Yeah.
And Tanner
Let's
Faust
go.
is going to take the gold medal. GYMKHANA Grid goes to Tanner Faust here.
Tanner
in
Faust
Los Angeles
wins
for
GYMKHANA Grid.
2013. Silver goes to Patrick Sandell. They celebrate donutting in front of the crowd here in Irwindale. That is as close as it can get. Faust takes gold.
Faust takes gold. That's what we're talking about. I said Ken Block, Tanner Faust. Oh, you think I forgot Travis Pastrana? I didn't. There's only one thing to show you. It's the extended cut, people. GYMKHANA 2020. Let's see some Travis Pastrana. Subaru.
I'll be going about 70 miles an hour when I land. I've got about...
Elon says time to smoke. I got you, Elon. Hit the luster pod. Lemon shake up, baby. Got you.
Should work. Oh.
Duh. Oh yeah. my gosh, Travis. Wow. Yes. Yes, I am Street Bike Tommy. Oh my. Wow. You see this nonsense? Travis Pastrana, go ahead, baby. This is GYMKHANA too. You see it? You see it from the track to the street to the movies. It's movie. This is where Ken Block was talking about the video aspect, the cinema, I like this aspect. It's not all competition. It's also pretty, you know? Competition is awesome, don't get me wrong. But sometimes it's pretty. Subaru. WRX. This right here. Sick nasty, sick nasty. Sick nasty. Wow. Pit Viper. It's the name of the car. I'm believing. Both catching the air, baby. Yes. It goes up. So beautiful. So nasty. Oh my gosh. This right here, beautiful. 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 There's nothing better than to watch it. I can't explain it to you. This is GYMKHANA. This is what it is. In its purest form. This is more the GYMKHANA video movie cinema series. I love this. Sweet. Yeah. 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 Come on, look at this. Look at how fast he goes. He's moving. Oh my gosh. Love Travis too. He's a good one. Look. Yeah, that's how fast my Subaru goes. I don't be going 140 or 150 though. I go 120. I don't be going 150. You going 100? That's when you feel your soul leaving your body. You know what I mean if you know what I mean. Oof. Stuck it. Love it. I was, I mean, doesn't get any better.
Hey, you almost here?
Welcome to Pastrana. Come on now. Come on now.
First thing I've learned coming here is you don't trust Scotto.
Based on an original GYMKHANA series by Kim Block.
We're jumping in to go find cameras again.
And we got credits. There we are, baby.
These ducks right now think they have free reign. They're like, man, all the boats are gone. Not to be running.
You're like, all the boats are gone. That's what I'm talking about.
Off in like 150 feet.
And we're looking at the things that brought us here, the things that take us back. There's only one more thing to do then. Take you to the last. Kim Block himself. GYMKHANA 10. Hoon responsibly, people. Hoon responsibly. Hoon responsibly. GYMKHANA 10, baby. Show me some, Kim Block. Twin turbo. Look how big them turbos are, too, baby. Hoon truck. The Hoon truck. Ford. And he's a truck. The Hoon truck. Come on now. GYMKHANA grid. Effortless as it comes off the curb every time. Yeah. Ha 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 ha, tumbleweed. He put a tumbleweed back. That's awesome. Suspension setup, all of it is dedicated to this. Oh my. Wow. Do you see this? I'm just amazed. Those are big turbos. Really big turbos. 100 millimeter or more. Compression ratio on this engine has to be nutty. Like 7 to 1 or something. Something crazy like that. 7 to 1 maybe. Oh my. In first too. Huh? Oof, rubber. That's interesting. Oh my gosh. You get what I'm saying right there? GYMKHANA 10. That's what it was. GYMKHANA 10. GYMKHANA 10. It's really interesting to see something like this because it's not your everyday. So let's go back to the beginning and see if we can figure out what we just learned today. No, just kidding. We know GYMKHANA can mean any of various meets at which contests are held to test the skill of competitors, as in equestrianship, gymnastics, or sports car racing. They also call it the place where the event is held, and it's a competition where riders and horses display a range of skills and aptitudes. So we get that. Now we're talking about GYMKHANA motorsport again. It could be an equestrian competition, an event known as a car rodeo. I never called it that, but it kind of makes sense if you think about it now after watching everything. Like a car rodeo, yeah, it could be a car rodeo. You know, GYMKHANA, type of motorsport. It's like you don't even have to say anything more than that. What's GYMKHANA? It's a type of motorsport. It's a type of motorsport. Oh, okay. You even gotta tell nobody. You even gotta really know what it is. You just gotta remember it's a type of motorsport. What's GYMKHANA? I don't know. Type of motorsport. Oh shoot, that's crazy. You know what I mean? That's what most I'm ignorant. That's what most people go say. Like, similar to autocross. You know what I mean? And then don't forget what we learned. We learned GYMKHANA grid. is a car race held annually at different venues around the world since 2010. It was founded by Ken Block. And who is Ken Block? We remember who Ken Block is? Professional rally car driver. He invented the GYMKHANA series on the YouTube world. That's what it's about. Innovation, going beyond yourself, doing something new, always striving to be better. That's what we need. We need a lot more of that. Just don't forget, it's Ken Block, baby. GYMKHANA 10, you can get to all these series. You can see all this stuff. Just type in GYMKHANA. GYMKHANA is spelled GYMKHANA. It's really like not like gym, J-I-M. But you say it like go to the gym. GYMKHANA. Like, it works. It works. You know what I'm saying. Hey, people, we come to the end of our time. Check. I always do this. Check those credits over there, boy. Check those credits. See them? See them? Check them credits. Edited by that guy. Produced by that guy. You guys enjoy your day. I'll see you later. It's WEEDGANG. Wow. 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 Enjoy your day, people.